What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joel's latest news and views, also considered as well as conservative news and views. Giving y'all this little tidbit minute to talk about Maxine Waters. That's right, Maxine Waters recently tried to actually talk back down her actual statement that she released about how uh, she never said that she wanted to incite violence on any Trump supporters. Now, she went on MNSBC, I call it AKA MS-13 NBC, Communist Edition, because usually when they have their platform, they usually talk a whole lot of noise against conservatives. And usually when they have their liberal counterparts on there and they have any kind of controversy like Maxine Waters has, it kind of give them a softball type of situation to talk about. Well, fortunately, in this case here, when she was on MSNBC, Maxine Waters was talking to Ali Velshi, and Ali Velshi kind of gave her a little harder questions than usual. And one of those questions that he was asking her was the time that she had a rally in California and she was going in telling all of her supporters at the rally if they saw any Trump supporters of any type was to surround them, even if they're at the gasoline station, make sure that they will feel the pressure to not wear any MAGA hats or show any kind of solidarity towards President Trump at the time and make them change their stance. Now, this is what she said in the interview. She said, as a matter of fact, if you look at the words that I used, the strongest thing I said was to tell them you're not welcome, Waters claimed. I said talk to them, tell them you're not welcome. I didn't say go and fight. I didn't say anybody was going to have any violence, and so they can't make that stick. Okay, well, the same thing can be said about what President Trump said when he said go to the Capitol peacefully. Y'all can't make that stick. He never said to be violent if you want to play that. But we also said no that whenever you was around Maxine, that you said surround them when you see them at the gasoline station. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when you say something about surrounding people, when you say the actual word surround people, when you do not like something they're doing and you're creating a crowd, what does a crowd usually spark off when you surround someone? You're either going to spark off confrontation. Now, what does confrontation does when it's in a heat of the moment around a crowd of people? It makes people emotions run high and people start to get physical towards each other. And before you know it, people are going to either flight or fight. And people usually going to fight because they feel like they are cornered, whether it's the crowd surrounding or the people that's being surrounded in the crowd. It's just common sense. Everybody knows this. Maxine knows this too. She's been a part of the civil rights movement and all this other stuff that she claimed that she's been a part of to try to make a better America. So it doesn't take that much to know that. Now, as we go further into breaking this down, this all stems from a 2018 uh in 2018 because she came under fire again for telling MSNBC that she had no sympathy for administration officials who defended Trump's zero tolerance immigration policy and urged her supporters to absolutely harass them when appearing in public. They're not going to be able to go to a restaurant. They're not going to be able to stop at a gas station. They're not going to be able to shop at a department store, Walter said at the time. The people are going to turn on them. They're going to protest. They're going to absolutely harass them. So when you harass somebody, again, that is inciting what? Some type of violence. Because if you're harassing somebody, if you're nagging at them, if you're telling them they can't come in this because this, that, and the third, and you all in their face, you all in their ear, that's telling me you're trying to provoke that person to either put hands on you or confront you, because that's just a part of human nature. It's just like anybody. If you're somewhere and you're minding your own business and you get denied service and you got somebody all in your ear, all in your face, just yapping, 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 and then you go somewhere else and they do the same thing, sooner or later you're going to lose it. You either going to confront that person or you going to put hands on them and knock them out because you're what? Frustrated, because you're being antagonized. You you're being aggravated. And this is what the left is good at doing. They're good at saying these type of things, these rhetorics, but when they get confronted, they try to spin it like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. I never said violence. No, you didn't say nothing violent, but you did encourage situations that cause violence. And that's where they don't understand and they don't want to understand, because in their mind, they did nothing wrong. And this is the problem that we have with Maxine Waters when getting confronted. Now, with her comments at the time, the Trump administration, Homeland Security, Christian Nelson, and former press secretary Sarah Sanders were confronted in public by while they were out trying to enjoy the day with their families because of what she said. People confronting them. Now, she showed little remorse on the interview with MSNBC, still trying to put out to everybody that she was this victim, that she did not do anything wrong. She's still saying that, still preaching that, she's still promoting that. Now, what she did do and what she did say was trying to urge the Republicans to distance from Trump or being risk being disowned by a dishonorable human being. Now, one thing we know about Maxine Waters, she is one of the queens, like AOC, to try to put you in a public opinion situation to make it seem like you are a piece of shit. We've seen it all the time. I mean, AOC did the same thing last week about people questioning her about some of the things she was saying about her being afraid at the Capitol building while she was there. Now you got the same thing now coming from Maxine Waters, who's doing the same thing about any Republicans that want to still show any solidarity to President Trump being uh, impeached over something that he had nothing to do with at all. But this is what the left does. They're good at playing with emotions and they're good at playing with your mind about this whole cancellation culture. Because in their mind, they feel like if they can cancel you, they can make you bow to them. Now, Trump's lead impeached attorney, Bruce Castor, is reportedly planning to reference Waters' 2018 comments in his argument during the former president's Senate impeachment trial this week. Castor was asked by the Ingram Angle by Miss Laura Ingram whether he plans to use dueling video with Democrats expected to make their case that Trump incited the January 6th Capitol riot with the remarks on the ellipse earlier that day. I think you can count on that. He told Ingram, if my eyes took a little read to the viewers, it's because I've been looking at a lot of video. Now, here's the thing. I'm quite sure President Trump's committee is going to do that, his team, but we already know that the way Washington right now is set up, they are going to actually make a play, and they're going to try to make it seem like that Ms. Max that President Trump was actually in the absolute wrong. He caused this, and this is what it is. But we already know from our standpoint and what we're saying and what we've seen, that's not the case. So, excuse me for a second, guys. I'm trying to cook on the stove. So, with that being said, this is going to be an interesting thing to see. I just think it's hilarious how Maxine Waters is now trying to walk back her statements because now it's coming back to haunt her. And we already were not shocked to hear her lie because that's what she and the other deep state does. They will lie, they will do anything they can to make themselves look good, but make you, the person that's not on the same page they are on, look like a piece of shit. So if you like what I've just brought to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. Please, please donate to my channel. I'm just a working guy trying to give it to y'all like I'm supposed to. Please support the channel. Every donation will help. Thank y'all so much. Have a great and lovely day.